Okay, we've got the recorder running. Good morning, everybody. For those that don't know, this is Rick. I want to welcome everybody, members, new members, trial folks. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Today's date is Friday. Yes, it is Friday. And it is February 23rd, 2024. We're just about down 2 months in this whole new year. Gosh, time goes fast, I'll tell you. So we're going to look at the market a little bit, and I've got a fair amount of stocks to look at. There's no way I'm going to get through them all, so what I will do is, as soon as I'm finished here, I'll post the list here in the room, okay? There's 15 or so, 20 or so, something like that I kind of like setting up. They may not be ready to buy today, but they're stocks that I think is worth the watch list, and we'll take a look at them, okay? So think, if you're a bull, anyway, thank goodness for NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is the only reason that we're up where we are on the SPY. We could be up without NVIDIA, but I don't think we would be up this high. So anyway, it is what it is, and the chart is what it is, so let's follow the chart. So we've got this big gap up yesterday, and looks like pre-market here, we really don't need that. Looks like pre-market here, we're holding up pretty good. The true story will be at the end of the day, you know, at the, I always do this every morning, never have this thing ready. At the end of the day, are we going to be up or are we going to be down? That's going to be that's going to be it right there. So all through the day this morning, just normal trading. It might be a little bit choppy. There's also a chance, just being Friday, it could be a little bit muted, a little bit. So that last hour of the day will be pretty important here. Right now, the bulls are still very much in charge. If we take a look at the T21-23 chart down here on the lower right, you can see that we're very bullish. Everything is working. There's real no signs of any bearishness whatsoever. The 15-minute chart is working just fine. These are the close of yesterday. This is not in real time. But with the market being up, these are going to be up as well. So they're looking pretty good. Let's take a look at IWM. I think this is an important one to keep an eye on. And something I want to point out in it is that, you know, it doesn't matter what price does. And don't get me wrong, I think price is one of the most important things you can keep an eye on. Just the trend is working. Okay, so price may do things like, you know, this gap down. We sure don't like that gap down, but that doesn't mean that we're going to come crashing down, because price, that's what price does, I guess. Price breathes, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So price can be kind of sloppy. Welcome to volatility. That's what volatility is. So we can have the volatility, but yet the trend remains bullish. And that's what we want to look for and trade within that trend, if you're a short-term swing trader anyway. And right now, IWM's looking pretty good. Now, I believe that we have some retail stocks coming up for earnings, so that could be a game changer here. Could be. If you look at the weekly chart, that's a pretty nice chart, I gotta tell you. Let's bring this line down here to where we can get into touching that little bullish top, and then this bullish top, and then we're into that bullish top. And you can see that we're actually above that line right now. And being above that line makes this a pretty darn bullish chart. So if it does start moving out, if we were just to take the highs over here to the left and come down, there's a nice 24.5% move back up to about that 240, maybe 250 area. This top over here back in 2021. So there is a nice space there to be covered, providing the bulls can get going in there. But right now, I think it's a pretty nice looking chart. Diamonds, can't argue with that. Can't argue with that at all. You've got nice Trendicator trend moving up. You can see that we've broken out. You can see the wedge that chart pattern made. Here we gapped up, and now we're setting up maybe to move higher today. I can't predict that we're actually going to go higher, or are we going to go sideways, or are we going to go down? What we like to look at is what the trend is doing, what price action is doing, and then we're going to negotiate trading within an area. Negotiate an entry within an area. If price starts moving up, we'll negotiate profits within an area. Pretty simple, really. Hey, I want to stop for a second. I meant to mention this earlier, and I apologize for it. I want to remind everybody that John over at BYOB has a day trading class coming up, and I'm going to post that link copy link, right below here in the chat if anyone's interested, okay? Now I know that a lot of you are not day traders. The thing I would maybe suggest is, I'm not trying to make you a day trader, but there's some of his charting that I think is phenomenal, just absolutely phenomenal, and it can be moved into swing trading, okay? So something to think about there, something to think about. Anyway, that's the link right there if anybody's interested. Sorry I didn't do it right at the beginning. Totally forgot about it. All right. Excuse me. Here, let me grab some coffee. Wow. Thank you. Got all choked up there. All right, let's take a look at the Qs real quick. You can see that the Qs are trying to break out. They haven't broken out yet, but they sure are trying. A lot of times we look at this as, oh my gosh, that's a double top. I look at that as, oh, hey, look, we're about to break out. And if we don't break out, what do we typically do, right? We like to follow the T-line. So really, anything in this area is just a whole lot of noise. And then below the T-line is where we might not want it. So while we're up here, I remain positive. If we get down here, I will not remain positive. So when I'm looking at this chart, the way I look at this chart is not, oh my gosh, we have a double top. I look at this chart as, oh look, we're about to break out. If we fail here and we get down below the T-line, that's the black line right there, then I'm going to say, we might be failing. And all this is noise. Notice the trend overall is still working. Very nice trend right there. A little bit of a bump to the downside. We got red, but look how we got green right away and right back. Thank you, NVIDIA. Right? All right. Let's, real quick, IYT. IYT is bullish. Look, anyone that comes from old school trading, the transports is extremely important. Ed, that's for all members. I'm going to step out on a ledge here. I could be wrong. Right way options, hit run candlesticks, BYOB trading. That link is for you right there. And then, yeah. Okay. And we can talk about it here after the market opens a bit. IYT, like I say, old school traders, you know that IYT is somewhat important. And then all of a sudden came along the whole computer thing, right? And so then we have to look at SMH. And I truly believe if you look at IYT, if you come from old school Dow theory and you think that IYT is important, which I do, I feel you must look at SMH because SMH is the, kind of the cousin to IYT nowadays. And who knows, we may even have something else down the road because of AI. But look at this. SMH is killing it, rocking. Transports, rocking. It's hard to be bearish in this market when you have something like this going on. All right, let's take a look at some charts. I've got about 5-6 minutes to get through some of these, so I'll try to hurry, and I'll post them out here in the room. Okay. Take a look at SkyWest. I just realized, because I've got SkyWest, American, and Delta on here. Airlines are doing pretty good. Look at the trend. That's what we're looking for. So let's just do this by the numbers. The market's bullish, right? This chart is bullish, trend-wise. And then what we have is nice consolidation here, right? And now it looks like we're breaking out. What more do we want? Now what happens is it becomes a up to you as the trader. You know, we talk about it in the room. We can certainly, like I say, we can talk about it in the room for sure. But where do you buy that? Well, one of the most important things for me is, first, where do you think it's going to go? Once you figure out where it's going to go, it helps you with the buy, meaning you don't have to be so damn squeaky, is what it means. It means that you can actually buy the breakout and, hey, maybe make some money, right? Rather than trying to be so darn squeaky and buy super cheap. Just a thought, just an idea. How about DVA? Look at DVA. Look at that beautiful trend. Once again, let me get rid of this here. Let's remember that the market is bullish. This is important because we want the market on our side when we trade. So if we trade long, we want the market to be bullish. If we trade short, we want the market to be bearish. Pretty simple. And we know the market's bullish right now. Look at that trend. Look at that gap. Look at that pullback. Look at that T-line. Look at that 3-8 trap. What more do you want? Now, again, it becomes you as the trader, you know, somewhere along the lines, you've got to decide, whoops, where's my color thing here? Where do I buy this? Do I buy this in here? Do I wait for a breakout? Again, maybe the thing to do is first think about where it might go. So let's just look at a weekly chart, see what this looks like on the weekly, right? The only reason I'm doing this on the weekly is not because I trade on the weekly, but what it does is it gives me a visual of the left side. Here's a daily, no visual on the left side. Here's the weekly, a visual of the left side. So let's draw some lines. This is going to be an area right here. Oh, Shazam. That's where we came to and we rested, right? That's nothing new in stock trading. That would make this the next target right there. So the area anyway. So there we go. That's a very simple way to do it. Now, let's run through the numbers again. The market is bullish, right? The trend is up, yeah? We've got a big gap up. Ooh, how did I get that big? Try that again. There we go. Nice pullback. We've got that flag going on. There's the T-line right there. How sweet is that? Could there have been buying yesterday or the day before or the day before that? Absolutely. Could we be buying here? Absolutely. That's our target area. So sometimes, well, actually, I think just about 99% of the time, the thing to do is figure out where it can go first. Then look at the chart. Now, admittedly, because the live trading alert scanner, the only charts I'm going to look at are, I'll just say similar to this, okay? So I know the setups are there. I just have to decide where I think it's going to go. And it makes an entry much easier. See, I don't have to be, you know, squeaky down here. I can actually wait till it breaks out. Because in all honesty, once it breaks out, I think that's enough money. Now, I'm going to be trading an option, a directional option, and that turns into almost a 20% trade. Now, if you're trading just stock, well, that might be what you're looking at. Almost 8% maybe, depending on where you buy it. Net, take a look at net. Again, oops, I'm slow, whoops. Yeah, there it is. Again, what is the market doing? It's bullish, isn't it? Here's a chart that's bullish. Here we've popped up. And it's not the pop up, not this high that I'm necessarily looking for, but it is some strength and then pull back a little bit, and then that gives us our entry in there. We'll start shopping for that entry. And again, we're going to go look at where the target, which on this one here, you know, we're going to have to put the target up into here, first target up into there, that high. And that's 15%. Once again, I'm going to trade a directional option. So that makes that 30+%. Easy. Let's go look at the weekly. That's a nice weekly setup. I think I like this net. I think I like this a lot. So I think the first thing we need to do is worry about the most recent high and then come over here and take a look at that high right over there. Okay. The next thing we can do is maybe put something target-wise. I'm gonna go about right here at 159, right through there. Okay. So let's go back to the daily. Now let's look at this here. So from the T-line up, a stock trade is over 16.5%. Option trade is going to be well over 30%. I'm going to take this up here and go up to that next target. That's over 33% right there to that next target. Now let's do it by the numbers, right? The market is up. Why is that so small? It keeps coming, or so big. It keeps coming up monstrous. The market is bullish, right? Here's a stock that's had some interest in it, pulled back. It's setting up right now. I like the setup up here much better than I like down here because that's more what we look for. So right in through here, if somebody wanted to wait, which that would make a lot of sense to me, by the way, until we move over those two candles, then what we're going to have is something maybe that pops up. Don't panic. You're going to get a pullback. I'll take that to the bank every single day. And then watch for buying. Would that not be enough money? Or even back up to this top right there. Anyway, that would be pretty sweet. Sorry, I got to go. My time is up. Guys, let me do a couple things here, keystrokes, and then I will post the rest of them in the room. There's stocks like Sono, CLX, Note, AMD, Meta, XLF, BMY, AAL, DAL, Coke, PSX, UAA, and GLW. I'll get them posted here right shortly. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.